Joy Lab.
All right, so now we need to sort through a number of different numbers in this thing. So we got a bunch of values. So we have a 355 milliliter bottle of Diet Coke contains 40 milligrams of sodium. How many gallons of Diet Coke must you consume in order to ingest 1 pound of sodium? Look at that. That should be singular. I'm going to change that. 1 pound of sodium. So we got lots of, what do we have? 3 different values here. 355 milliliter bottle, 40 milligrams of sodium. We have to pay attention to not only the units, but what it represents, and pounds of sodium. So what are the units of our answer? So what is it asking? So we have, this is a statement. This is what it contains. Oh, where does it say? How many? So now here comes the question, and you can usually, the tip off of the question is what? Oh yeah, what we put in English, the question mark. So we have, how many gallons of Diet Coke must you consume? So we know that the unit of our answer is gallons. Okay. So now the trick becomes, where do we start? So remember our rule of thumb. Some time ago we talked about how do we know when to start? Well, if your answer is something per something, then you're going to start with something per something here. In this case, we're just gallons, so it's not something per something. So what's kind of hidden in here is that these two values are actually part of a conversion factor. Because what does it say? It says a 355 milliliter bottle of Diet Coke contains 40 milligrams. So you have a conversion factor. You could say it's 355 milliliters of Diet Coke contains 40 milligrams of sodium. And remember, you can flip this around. You could say 40 milligrams of sodium in 355 milliliters of Diet Coke. Okay, so either one of those is fine. So knowing that and using our rule of thumb, something per something, we didn't end with something per something. We're not going to use either one of these in their conversion factor. We're going to start with the 1 pound. So it's 1 pound of what? Oh, it's 1 pound of sodium. We need to start keeping that stuff straight because we have volume, a bottle. In this case, the only mass units are for sodium, but we just got to be careful with that. So we have 1 pound of sodium. Now, what's our ticket between mass of sodium, because pound of sodium is a mass, technically it's a weight unit, and volume? That's our ticket here. It's this conversion factor. So before we can use this conversion factor, we have to get our mass units into the same mass unit. So if we have 40 milligrams of sodium, then I'm going to have to get this thing into milligrams. If I knew how many milligrams of sodium there were in a pound, it would be one step. But I don't keep that kind of stuff in my head. I do remember what's my metric English conversion. My metric English conversion, the one that you're going to remember, is that there are 454 grams is 1 pound. Remember, there are 3 metric English conversions you're going to do. So for mass or weight, this is what you're going to use. So we're going to do, since grams is metric and milligrams is metric, I'm going to use this to get out of pounds and into grams. So I can say, okay, 1 pound of sodium is 454 grams of sodium. So now I've made the transition into to metric units. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel there. We got grams of sodium. Wait, I need gallons of Diet Coke. So now, how am I going to get from there? Oh, I got to get this into milligrams. So I'm going to say, okay, how many milligrams are in a gram? Milli is 1/1000th. So I know that 1 gram of sodium is 1,000 milligrams of sodium. Cancel my units. Got milligrams of sodium. Now I'm ready to use this guy. I can say for every 40 milligrams of sodium, there are 355 milliliters of Diet Coke. All right. I've made my transition from mass of sodium to volume of Diet Coke. Now it's just a matter of getting the volume units into gallons. I don't know how many milliliters there are in a gallon, but what's my English metric conversion? Because milliliters is English and gallons is, milliliters is metric and gallons is English. I know that 1 liter is equal to 1.06 quarts. So I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to get this into liters. Okay. How many milliliters are in a liter? Milli is 1/1000th. So there are 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. And then what did we say? So this is liter of Diet Coke. We know that 1 liter is 1.06 quarts. So now I'm into quarts of Diet Coke, but how many quarters are in a gallon? 4 quarts. So I know that there are 4, I'm running out of space, 4 quarts in 1 gallon. Cancel my units. Let's see, gallons are left, gallons of Diet Coke are left. Oops, gotta cancel those guys there. Looks good, so now it's a matter of calculating. Let's see. I have let's go 454 times 1,000. And times 355. Oops, I'm going to go ahead and start again real quick. 454 times 1,000 times 355 times 1.06 divided by 4 divided by 1,000 divided by 40 equals. Woo! Boy, you'd have to be pretty thirsty. You're going to have to drink 1,000 gallons of Diet Coke. So I have 1,067.75 gallons. However, we have to get our precision correct. So how many significant figures do we have? We have 3 here, 3 there, 2 there. So our answer is good to 2 significant figures. So I'm going to have to put this into scientific notation. Once, twice, 3 times. So this is going to be 1 point, we need 2 digits. So that 6 is going to make, remember we always peek the next one. So this is our second significant figure, the 0, but we take a peek here and that's 6, that's 5 or greater. So that's going to come up to 1 times 10 to the, how many places do we move it? 1, 2, 3 times. So 1.1 times 10 to the 3rd gallons of Diet Coke.
Joy Lab. Learning done right.